uncomfortably quiet. No one says anything. No one talks about it. It's all there. I started thinking about, actually came into my mind after the fourth. I kind of looked up and keeping my notes, and I saw it and saw that we were in perfect order there, and it kind of went through my mind. And then after he gets through 6, now he's 9 outs away, and then he got 2 outs there in the 7th. And it would have been interesting to see if George Roberts dove trying to make the play. If that ball gets clean to Sawyer, it would have been a play at first. It would have been interesting to see if that would have happened, but you know what? It wasn't meant to be. I've never seen one. Never seen a perfect game in person. They're very rare, and it would have been great, but one-hit shutouts will take them.
To see Clyde go out there and do that, and it was the coolest part about it was he's a freshman, so you really get to go out there and see him compete, and he's been really close through 4 or 5 innings before. He was really good against Notre Dame last week, but to be a part of it, you're a little nervous, especially with the way the sun was in right field for me. We're really coming around. We're starting to trust each other. We still got a lot of young guys on the field, and just like seeing Clyde on the mound today, he's a freshman, but we all have his back. He's on the mound competing, and we want to make plays for him. So we're all really coming together, and about this time last year is when we really started to gel with our team also, so I like where we're at. It's really cool to be a part of, and you can't be mad about a one-hit shutout either way.
There's really not much I could say. I just tried to stay focused and get the win. That was my main priority. Yeah, I was probably more nervous on the bench than I was actually throwing when I was actually thinking about it. But, I was just going out there and throwing. The long innings were the death of me. I had to actually think about it.
You were sitting by yourself in the dugout?
Yeah. Yeah, I was a loner.
Who ruined it? Who came up and told you that was ruined?
Nobody, actually. Nobody said. I'm sure they were saying it to each other. Coach even said they were talking about it to each other in the dugout. But nobody.
How encouraging is it?
My off speed was pretty good tonight. Was locating my fastball pretty well. I was getting behind here and there, but I would say I was mixing it up well enough to where they didn't know what was coming, and the fastball was definitely working for him.
He was getting ahead, and he was throwing a lot of strikes, with a lot of different pitches. He has a great changeup and a good breaking ball, and he was spotting his fastball. He just had all 3 pitches working. He was moving around the zone and just working ahead in the count.
Pretty encouraging. I didn't do it myself, though, definitely. The defense was out there. T.J. Sutton made some great plays for me. They were all around really good defensively today, and it really helped me stay relaxed, and then we scored runs, and it probably would have been tougher if it was 0-0 through the 7th or something like that, but it really relaxed me knowing that we probably would have got the W.
Well, I don't think you can play much better than what we played today. Nick had a perfect game, 2 outs in the 7th. It was getting a little nerve-wracking there, thinking that you might get to see a perfect game. And defensively, we made every play for him. And when you throw a lot of strikes, guys are going to make defense plays behind you. And you see that when Taylor Williams pitches, he throws so many strikes. So, guys made the plays for him, and then we got some big hits to get some runs. So yeah, it was a complete game for us today.
Yesterday we thought we were going to have a game like that because we had a slow first inning, then we came out and scored 2 real quick in the second, and then figured you'd keep that going. But today to come out and just be aggressive on the bases, be aggressive at the plate, it was really good for us. And if we can do that every day, we could be really dangerous. But to have the confidence to do that even on a Wednesday, it's really cold, a midweek game, but and I think it really helped us to have a good crowd here too today. It gave us a lot of energy when it was cold.
The secret to our program over the last 9 years is we've just been consistent with the message that we've been given. We've been giving the message maybe a little bit louder lately, and the guys have listened. We've challenged them, and they've challenged each other. So we've played better. We've been more consistent, and I think that just comes with the time of year. We've been outside a little bit more, playing a little bit more consistently. Early in the year, we're not playing any midweek games, and we're coming back and having to practice inside 3 days before we go back outside to play. So it's tough to be consistent. Even though we want to be, it's tough to be. But right now, I think we're getting to be outside and getting to play a few more games right now.
There were guys here at 1 o'clock today ready to hit, and I think it has to do with your preparation. You can always, we played at this point in our lives, we played thousands of games, but if you come with the same approach every day, really good things can happen. And we had a kind of a late bus trip last night. We got back at 9, but when guys show up early, 4 or 5 hours before the game and they're working, they're ready to play, that really plays into how things happen later in the day when you do get on the field. You're more comfortable, you're more relaxed, and I think that plays into, moving forward. We have really good players, and you just got to trust your hand, trust your glove, and it really helps to be playing at home because this is where we do all our fielding practice, and we're here in the fall. So, if you can be comfortable anywhere, it's good to be comfortable at home. But we're coming along everywhere because we were airless at Toledo yesterday too on a natural playing surface. So, it's good to be at home, and it's good to field it on the turf. You're a lot more confident doing that. But I think all the way around, we're a lot more aggressive in the field now. We're not back on our heels waiting for stuff to happen. We're making it happen.
it's a lot more comfortable. I mean, sleeping in your own bed, there's no question. So, yeah, being home is nice. Playing your first 22 games on the road is difficult. It's what we have to do. It's what we do every year, but it doesn't mean we have to like it. But we do certainly like coming home.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the final totals on the scoreboard are correct. The Golden Flashes with a 10-0 win this afternoon.
It's really big to get ahead because you never know, like just like Bowling Green last year, you go up to Central Michigan and have a really rough weekend with the weather. They're used to playing in it. You know, it's really tough to do, but you know, OU's always a solid team. It's always a good series. We haven't looked at the scouting report yet though, so you know, we'll break it down from there, and we'll hopefully have a good practice tomorrow. That's the goal, and then get ready to go for this weekend. And we hear there is some more warm weather coming, so hopefully we'll be ready to play a little better and keep the bats hot like they were today.
Right now, they're trying to find themselves. They got a new head coach. Coach Smith is there, and they're trying to find their identity right now. I think what you're going to see with OU is that they're going to play and just try to put as much pressure on us as possible. They're going to try to hit and run, and they're going to try to steal bases. And what we try to concentrate on is what we can control. I mean, they're going to come in here, and they're going to play hard, and they're going to have energy. But as a team, Kent State has to worry about Kent State. And we're just going to worry about doing our jobs, throwing strikes, catching baseballs, and having good at-bats. If we do that, we feel like we're going to have a pretty good chance to win a series.